Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be my top kick-ass perfumes and which kick-ass character I would pair them with. And no, I'm not gonna swear through this whole video, so I just wanted to get that out because these perfumes are paired to some baddies. So by baddies, I mean like kick butt kind of characters. I got this idea from my girl, Mighty Strong. So this video is for you. I know it's like 2 months coming. What gave me the idea for this video was in my signature scent video, she had left me a comment, and I won't read the entire comment, but basically the gist of it was, oh my God, you look like Salma Hayek. Thank you, girl. Salma Hayek is stunning. She said it, not me, guys. You look like Salma Hayek in the opening, like the intro to my video. She is so beautiful. Like you were about to pin your hair up and kick butt. So that's kind of like what sparked this idea. And then I had responded, she does kick a lot of butt. My next video will have to be on my spicy perfumes and which spicy character I would pair it with. So I had started pulling out like a lot of my spicy perfumes that have like pink pepper, like saffron, and just notes that kind of give it a little bit of a kick, hence the kick butt. But then I started noticing some other perfumes that have other notes that to me give it a kick. So that's when I decided to have not only spicy perfumes, but a few other that have other notes that give it that kind of kick. That's what makes the perfume a baddie. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so this first one I want to get not out of the way, but a lot of the people that I paired these with are kind of like fighting characters, but you know, not all heroes wear capes. So this person though is who I imagine for this scent. So let me go ahead and show you the scent. It is Angel by Mugler, and this is the Eau de Parfum. And I'll go over some notes, but like this one, for example, this has a ton of notes. Like I'm not even gonna begin to read it. So this is sweet patchouli, warm spicy, caramel, fruity, vanilla, woody, honey, powdery, and chocolate. And for me, what gives this perfume its kick is the patchouli. There is like a woodiness and some spices in here, but for me, this is a patchouli bomb. And this screams the 90s. And the person who I paired this up is Oda Brown from Ghost. I mean, she helps Sam Wheat, played by Patrick Swayze. She is this fake fortune teller. And I also paired this up with a fortune teller look that I did for Halloween. But I don't know what it is. When I think of this scent, I think of Oda Brown from Ghost. Like even when I did that look, I had quoted Molly, you in danger, girl, which is one of the lines that me and my sister are always quoting. But I knew that I wanted this in here because to me this is an iconic baddie perfume. It's also one that's very disliked. I loved her character. Next we have La Petite Robe Noire Black Perfecto by Guerlain. For me, this is rosy, powdery cherry scent with leather in the background. And I had paired this up in my little black dress video with Amy Winehouse. But for this, I wanted a biker chick. I wanted someone to represent that leather note when it came to the whole kick butt aspect of it. And the first person I thought of when I thought of biker chick was Gemma from Sons of Anarchy, played by Katie Seagal. Katie plays Gemma, which is Jack's mom, and she is that bad bitch. She is a total badass in that show. She is the mom that protects her son. She is loyal to her family. Her family comes first, and she will play dirty if she has to. I knew that this needed to go to a baddie biker chick, and that is who I thought of immediately was Gemma from Sons of Anarchy. All right, the next we have a set of three, and these are three characters that I paired this with, and that is the Elizabeth and James perfumes. And I don't know if you guys can think of the trio that I'm thinking of, but these girls definitely kick butt. And I paired these up with the girls from Charlie's Angel. So I paired up Nirvana Black with Alex, played by Lucy Liu, Nirvana Bourbon with Dylan, played by Drew Barrymore, and then Nirvana Rose with Natalie, played by Cameron Diaz. And for me, what gives these perfume their kick is that they're all spicy and they all kind of give me like bar vibes. They're a little dark in my opinion, and they're a little bit more like going out. And I paired up black with Alex. This has sandalwood, vanilla, and violets. And to me, this is the no nonsense out of the three. This one is the serious one. And to me, Lucy Liu's character, Alex, is the no nonsense one. I imagine her wearing this when she's walking through, I think it's like some kind of science building, but she has on glasses and this like pencil skirt. That is when she would have this on. And then I paired up bourbon with Dylan because to me, this one is the fun, sweet one. This one's kind of party, gives me a little bit more bar vibes because of the bourbon vanilla. This has a booziness to it, but this one has notes of oak, bourbon vanilla, and tuberose. And I know when I had hauled this, I had said that the tuberose was more of like your heady floral, not your like buttery or bubblegummy. But I actually don't get the tuberose in here. What takes over for me is the bourbon vanilla, but with the woody note that's in here, it keeps it from going too sickeningly sweet. If I overspray it, it does, but paired up with these two, it's really good. Again, I picked Dylan for this one because to me, if anyone's gonna be drinking bourbon, it's going to be her. And she's kind of tomboyish. I feel like this one is a little bit of a tomboy. It's kind of like the party out of the three of these. And then I paired up Nirvana Rose with Natalie, played by Cameron Diaz. Because to me, out of the three of these, this is the one that is the most feminine and also flirty. I pictured her in that scene where she's at the club. And this is just your boozy, but more on your wine side, your boozy, spicy rose. Oh, I love this scent. Out of the three, this one's my favorite. And then this next scent, I paired up with a bunch of characters. I shouldn't say with a bunch of characters. I paired this up with the person who plays these characters because I just feel like she does get a little bit typecast. Is that how you say it? Yeah. But that is Absolue by Navidus Perfumes. And I paired this up with Michelle Rodriguez. I couldn't decide if I wanted Ana Lucia from Lost, if I wanted Letty from Fast and the Furious, if I wanted Diana from Girl Fight. She always plays a woman who can keep up with the boys. So I needed a unisex fragrance, but that was also sexy, but would smell sexy on a woman or a man. And for me, what makes this scent have that kick is the saffron, the cinnamon. This one I paired up with Michelle Rodriguez and a bunch of, pick a character, because honestly, she's always playing kind of badass roles. So next we have Idola. And I was going to pair this up with Jane Smith from Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but I just went ahead and put this in there, and I'll go over this because this was in my little black dress video. Because I wanted a sexy lingerie scene, because I already said that this is Delina in lingerie. And for me, what gives this perfume its kick is the cedarwood, the patchouli, and the vetiver. This just has this sex appeal to it. And I was gonna pair this up with her because again, I wanted a sexy, baddie character. But then I remember a movie from the 90s. And I wanted to bring this girl up because even though she's an older woman, back in her day, she still got it. Jamie Lee Curtis. She plays, who did she play? Because this was kind of like, it popped in my head at the last moment. Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies. Her character is Helen Tasker. I haven't seen that movie in forever. But the scene where she has to like dance, do like an exotic dance, that scene is Idola. And she had it back then. Like she had this sexy little number on. So that is who I decided to pair up with this. I was going to give this to Angelina Jolie, like I was gonna do a day scent and a night scent, but I wanna go ahead and shout Jamie Lee Curtis from True Lies because she was a baddie in that movie, so. And then I put Tom Ford Noir back with Angelina Jolie. Jane Smith from Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Who's your daddy now?
This is just a sexy vanilla scent, but there's a kick to it. And to me, what gives this its kick, it's the ginger and the bitter orange, and then the amber and sandalwood in the dry down. Makes it like deep and sexy. And I just went ahead and paired this back up with Jane Smith from Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I mean, she has a lot of baddie characters. She's in Salt. She's also a baddie in Tomb Raider. Although Tomb Raider, I'd probably put her with like Nomad or something. What else? She was in Wanted. I mean, she's another one that plays a lot of bad girl characters. Okay, and then next we have Twili The Elmes. And I knew I was gonna have this one in here because of the ginger that's in here. That's what gives this perfume its kick. And I wanted a kind of bright, because this is an uplifting, invigorating scent. So I picked Lilu from Fifth Element. Just from her fiery orange hair to like her very funky outfit, that's who I imagine this scent when I was thinking of a kick butt kind of character, was Lilu from Fifth Element. Then Nina Ricci L'Extase Rose Absolue. And I paired this one up with Samantha Kane, played by Gina Davis. And the movie is A Long Kiss Goodnight. So she's like an everyday mom who like loses her memory and then finds out that she's like some kind of spy or something. And just the scene where she goes from mom.
My name is Samantha Kane. No, forget all that. I'm in the PTA. Then quit.
To like spy when she remembers her identity and she cuts her hair.
Who are you? My name's Charlie. The spy.
I wanted something night and kind of boozy. The scene that I imagine is when she takes a shot and she rolls the shot glass across her mouth. Super sexy. That's why I paired her up with this. This is a very sexy, sweet, boozy rose. And it's a baddie. So I would say what gives this one its kick is the pink pepper, the black pepper, and the patchouli. This one's so good. Then next we have a set. I usually like to pair these together. These are two baddies in my collection. So this is warm, spicy, earthy, woody, sweet, amber patchouli. This has a lot of notes too. For me, they list just spices. There's all kinds of spices in here. But for me, it's the spices, the incense, and the patchouli that really give this one a kick. And then Velvet Orchid has rum and honey. This is a little sweeter and it has a woody dry down. For me, it's the booziness that kind of gives this one its, you know, kick to it. I paired this up with Danai Gurira. And this one, Black Orchid, with her character Michonne from The Walking Dead. Total baddie with that sword. I needed something that was unisex, something that was dark, because she has like a dark past. I needed something that had a lot of complexity to it when I thought of Michonne, and Black Orchid was the scent. And then I paired up Velvet Orchid with her character from Black Panther, and that is Okoye, I believe is how it's pronounced. She's another like kick butt character in Black Panther. I believe in that one she fights like with a stick. I mean, Danai is a baddie, just herself. So I knew I wanted these to be paired with someone, and I feel like that was the perfect pair. This is a baddie to me. This is like, you're a boss babe with this one, but you're a baddie too. And this is YSL's Lido, the original. And for me, what makes this scent, what gives this scent like its kick, is the citrus and the lavender. The lavender in here, which is in the top and the mid, give this, I don't find this scent to be unisex, but I know a lot of people find this scent to be masculine. I like to say it gives it a masculine edge, because to me it takes a boss to pull this scent off. And you don't have to be a boss, you just have to be like a confident woman. And I paired this up with Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot, I think is how you pronounce it. I paired this up with Wonder Woman as a whole. Her outside of being a superhero and her being just a baddie like in everyday world. So if you've watched the recent movies, she is just this chic woman, very classy in the clothes that she wears. So I knew I needed to pair her with a classy scent, but was also classy with a masculine edge. So that's why I went with the original, and it's clean and very like chic and luxurious. And I just went with this scent because she's not only a baddie when she's playing Wonder Woman, but she's just a baddie in everyday life. So I wanted a scent that kind of represented her as Wonder Woman in and out of her Wonder Woman gear, so to say. So that's why I paired this one up with Wonder Woman. Okay, and then my last three. The whole reason for this video, we already know that the last one's gonna be Salma Hayek. And I have her with 3 different characters. So I already knew that I was gonna pair Salma Hayek with Rose Rouge. I don't know what it is, but as soon as Mighty Strong had left that comment about Salma Hayek and I said I was going to film a video, I already knew Rose Rouge was gonna be in it and it was gonna go to Salma Hayek. And the movie that came to mind right away was Desperado. But instead, I went ahead and paired it up with Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
What do you mean all that?
And honestly, Salma Hayek is just, to me, spicy. She's that spicy Latina that's like tough, no nonsense, don't mess with her. So she's getting 3. And this one, I paired her up with Carolina from Once Upon a Time in Mexico. So I was gonna do it with Desperado, but instead I did it with Once Upon a Time in Mexico, which I believe is like part 2. So she's still, you know, Carolina, and that's who I paired up with this. But I'll go over what I decided to do with Desperado. So, and Rose Rouge, what makes this have its kick is there's vetiver, there's cacao pod, there's musk, and even though there's not pink pepper listed in here, this is another one that tickles my nose. But this is just a boozy, spicy rose. This does sit closer to the skin, but she's just sensual and sexy in both of those movies. So that's who I paired up with Rose Rouge, was Carolina and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. So in Desperado, I decided to pair her up with Wanted Girl. And the reason why is because I find this one to be a little bit more of a soft, warm, spicy. There's ginger in here, which is what gives this one its kick. But this one is more in the beginning. Like in that movie, I believe she's a librarian and she runs into Antonio Banderas and gets caught up in this whole like gunfire shootout type thing. And I picked this one because I paired up Antonio Banderas with Wanted. So this whole scene, like with the guns and them fighting, I imagine that scene when they're going to the rooftop and he pulls out his gun, he throws her over the roof and she's just this dainty little flower flying across the roof and lands. And then just that scene where then they walk away and like everything explodes. That's why I paired these 2 together. So this is Desperado. And it's a little softer, so this one's a little bit more sexier, got a little bit more of a kick by the time we get to Once Upon a Time in Mexico. But this one is like when they first meet. I know that sounds weird. But what gives this one its kick is the ginger flower, the pink pepper, and then the vetiver. Everything in here is very well blended. Everything in here is kind of like, again, this is more of a soft, spicy. And then I knew I wanted Oud Bouquet. And this is just a rosy, sweet oud. The oud in here is smooth, but it's strong. It's one that I can't overspray. I wanted Salma Hayek, but I also wanted it specific to the movie Frida, where she plays Frida Kahlo, which is based on a true story of another strong woman. So to me, what gives this scent its kick is the oud. The oud in here is stunning, very beautiful, and I kind of wanted it to go with that because it's Salma Hayek playing a role based on a strong woman. And again, that's Frida Kahlo, who was a famous Mexican painter. That is who I paired up with Oud Bouquet. That will do it for this video. There can definitely be a part 2. I wanted to include Beatrix, the bride from Kill Bill. I wanted to also include some girls from Sin City. So I'm probably going to be doing a part 2, but I wanted to go ahead and get like part 1 out, and also get some new perfumes in, some more complex niche perfumes that I can pair up with some other characters. But that will do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below, do you guys have any of these perfumes and who would you pair them up with? But that will do it for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.